Hello and welcome to another episode of It Ain't Giving, starring your hosts Noella Fierce and Show Florence. Welcome
Yes.
back. Absolutely. So this week is going to be not as structured as previous weeks. We're coming at y'all pretty late in the evening, as you might be able to tell if you're one of our early viewers. But this week's going to be more so of just, us talking about our journey through 2024, and then we'll get to some topics afterwards. Don't skip ahead because you don't want to miss what happened to us in the year. But yeah, so I'm going to get into it right now. Oh, well, obviously, let's start with our structure.
Yes.
What's not giving for me is me not having my nails. Real simple.
What's not given for me is not having an excess amount of cash flow at all times. I don't know.
Oh, clock it,
I
clock it,
just
clock
want to
it.
have all the money all the time, but she'll be making more
Clock it.
soon. But she just got a raise,
Mm-hmm.
so she's doing something. She's getting more now.
Exactly, exactly. She just got a raise. Nah, barely 3 months in to
Right.
her job. She ate that.
Well, yes.
But anyway, let's go ahead and recap our years for y'all and go through like an appreciation list of things that we're glad we accomplished throughout the year. So for me, I'll start off. I began to take steps towards bettering my health. This was in the form of making sure that I take my morning supplements in the morning, making sure I take my black seed oil supplements, which helps to get my skin as clear as you see.
Period.
And obviously, estrogen
Clock
also
it.
helps very much with that. But, I do other things to aid in the clarity you see. No filter,
Clock it.
no filter needed. But
Yep.
anyway, so yeah, I took steps towards bettering my health. Last year, towards the beginning of the year, I was unemployed. And then in February, I became a full time employee for the company that I currently work for, which was very lovely. It's been a
Mm.
long journey, a long little 9 months that I've been working there, but actually almost a year because February is next month. So it's been 11 months.
Oh, period.
Jesus.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Been there a long time. I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot. I've settled in. I'm in the move with the flow
Right.
era of my job there, which is kind of very nice. But yes, let's see. And then the third thing I have on here is I developed an unbreakable bond with my sister in front of me.
Yes.
Absolutely. Our friendship, our sisterhood has like truly blossomed into something that I didn't know was possible. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
so grateful for you and I love you so dearly.
Oh,
And yeah,
I feel the same
why
way.
don't you I'll keep going, but I want to hear you talk about some of yours now. And then
All
I'll
right,
keep going.
mine's very brief. Mine's very brief. So right at the beginning of the year, it was like my birthday, and then right after my birthday, maybe like a day or two later, I'm finding out that one of these auditions that I applied for, um, they reached back out to me and they're like, "Oh, we need you in Miami tomorrow. Like, can you confirm this fitting?" So I got my first two modeling jobs back to back. I went to Miami and California, LA specifically, all expenses paid for. Um, Real good usage payments, like, and if they want to run it for an additional year, I get paid that same amount again, and I don't have to even show up. So, praying that they rerun it when this upcoming year comes up on January. That would be a nice extra, but I'm not betting on it. So if it happens, it's like, oh, some extra money. But I got to see Megan Thee Stallion for the second time in concert. She I got to see her closer, and it was her headlining show. Like it's her on tour. Last time I had saw her, she was just coming out before the headliner, so I kind of just showed up for Megan, and then as soon as Megan was done and it was the headliner, I left because I didn't care. um, so seeing her on tour just, I don't know, it felt like it connected me in a different way. The atmosphere was just so beautiful at that concert. There were so many beautiful hotties, so many they thems, and just queer people in general. Just beautiful feminine creatures just running around, having a good time, and it felt super, super safe. Um, I cried during that concert. Like, she cried during that concert. It was a very moving experience, and I got real good seats. My modeling check had came in from one of my jobs. I was like, I'm gonna treat myself with. I was like, bitch, I've been working, so. And then next thing I'm appreciative of was starting this podcast with Noella. I've always wanted to do a podcast, like YouTube content type thing like this. Like I've always wanted to do it, and like I feel like I've done it in different capacities, but never to this caliber, you know? And I don't know, it's just fun getting to develop something with somebody and see like it grow and see the little seedlings just like grow upon itself. So I'm very appreciative of what we have together with this podcast and the future that it holds. Another thing that I'm appreciative of is I met Courtney and
Shout out Court.
she is she came into my life around a time where one person had fallen off in my life that I felt like was there for a specific purpose, but then all of a sudden like just capitulated and just switched hard to the right side and just became just just she came when she needed to come, and I guess she gave me more faith in humanity for like cis folk and white folk alike. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
not to talk too much about the topic because I'm not trying to rehash anything.
Right.
Because it's a lot of, and I don't even think y'all know the gratitude of what I'm even talking about. But like, I'm gonna move on from that. Talking about
Mm-hmm.
capitulating to grovel in submission to feed their own ambition, I'm appreciative of Wicked. Well,
Yes.
yes, that movie I feel like rounded out my year in a way that I really needed it to because after the election and just a lot of like negative but still like mixed up and down emotions I felt after that point and just like not knowing where I felt in society and where things were going. Just like just felt very dark and just wanted to isolate and like turn off all of my emotions. And then I see this movie and I just confront all these emotions and I'm just like bawling in the movie theater. It's a movie that I feel like um came at the right time for me and allowed me to appreciate it in a way that I don't think I would have been able to appreciate it if I got it at an earlier time. I felt like it came like right at the perfect time, and a lot of the themes in the story really just felt very personal and very recent. So it's just a great story, and I can't wait for part two to come out next year. And then I'm gonna go see it in New York on Broadway. I'm gonna become a Wicked stan, and yeah, that's what I'm appreciative of.
Period.
Yeah.
It's mine. So one of my next ones was I furthered my transition even more to, become the beautiful woman that you see today. And I'm very proud of the year my first full year. 2024 was my first full year as a trans woman, because I began sort of late 2023 in August. Yes, in August. So
Mm-hmm.
2024 was my first full year as a trans woman and taking hormones and learning all the things. Ugh, it's been a journey. It's been
Yes.
some ups and downs, some
Yes.
things changing that I wasn't expecting, but we live with it and we love it. We learn to love it, and I love the other benefits that come with the transition. Obviously, it outweighs the anything that might have
Right.
changed. But yes, that's that. And then one of towards the end of the year, literally in December, I saw my favorite jazz singer. Her name is Samara Joy. And that concert, honestly, was like a highlight, definitely a highlight of my life. Her voice is
Mm-hmm.
just like something else. It's literally like unreal how good it sounds in
Mm-hmm.
person. And I was like two rows behind, or two rows from like the front, so I was really getting to hear it
Mm-hmm.
for how great it was. Next thing, we'll skip that one. Skip that one. Skip that one. This year, I practiced celibacy for a few months, and honestly, the prolonged period that I was celibate for helped me to learn how to be more comfortable with myself and be okay with, being alone and not needing attention from a man.
Very
Um,
much.
Obviously, if it happens, it happens, but it's not something that I require to be a fulfilled person.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. I'm proud of my growth in that regard. And
Period.
then this year, the doll made more shmoney than she has ever made in her entire life. Um, Reason being, I picked up an extra um, shift basically for my nighttime job that I do daily, which is delivering newspapers. So I picked up another route. Um, and because of this, I make way more money. And I had a lot
Period.
more um, freedom in my expenditures. So we purchased a lot, didn't really save, but the night is still young. We're still young.
Mm-hmm.
Only 25 and still looking gorgeous as ever.
Boy.
And then one of the last things I have on here is seeing Wicked in November. It really came at the perfect time. Me and Shell were talking about this earlier. It came at the perfect time, like right after the election. Both of us were feeling so just like down and like depressed. And then Wicked comes along and it's like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
literally like life changing.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been this obsessed with a cinematic event or like a movie ever, quite
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. The
Yeah.
movie is just simply
It's just
sublime.
that
It's
good.
amazing.
Like,
It is
oh,
incredible. Ah,
it's just,
defying gravity, the entire last 20 minutes of the
it's just
film.
so
Like,
good.
I don't know if any film will be able to top the emotions that brought out of me because woo! And then the Oz dust scene. We're not going to get into it. We've done a Wicked review, but I'm so thankful for Wicked and the timing in which it came out in 2024 and how that helped to round out the year for me. But yeah, overall, 2024, pretty solid year for the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a very some very high highs and some extremely low lows. Um, but we're still standing, still breathing, still giving femme cunt, still
Very
giving
much. Have
face.
only gotten more con actually. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, honestly, neither
Mm-hmm.
one of us got makeup on.
Uh, uh,
All you see is
I
a
mean, we had a
lip
little bit of
and some
mascara
eye.
on,
That
and
don't fucking count.
it was
There's no
true.
foundation. There's no blush. There's no
No
contour. There's no
concealer, no
bronzers. There's
highlight.
nothing, bitch. Throwing on some goddamn fucking mascara
Skincare. I got
and a
skin.
lip
I
gloss.
got
That
rose
don't.
water on. Okay.
Me too. Shouts out to Heritage Store.
Well, yes.
They gonna get me through, child.
Yup, for
Matter
my
of fact,
hair and my face. Oh, absolutely.
right, right. But yeah, so
Absolutely.
that's the 2024 appreciation. Um, let's do the question early on. What were some of the things that you guys were appreciative of, in your 2024 year? Like, what things did
What
you
did you
do that
accomplish?
you're proud of?
Or
And
like,
it can be like something small. If you don't think you did
or
anything, like just go ahead.
it doesn't even have to be anything that they're proud of necessarily. Just like for me, I've just thought about anything that was like life changing for me, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Wicked and seeing Megan Thee Stallion, some people that might not be life changing for them, but like I felt like
Yeah.
something in me changed after I had those things
Mm-hmm.
happen. So like anything that you feel
Absolutely.
like changed your life significantly in a good way, is reasonable thing to be appreciative for, even if it was just like that small little blimp moment. So
Exactly.
if you saw an artist for the first time that you never wanted, like you've always wanted to see, or you got a pet and you've never had a pet before, tease, um, started school, you graduated. What's the teen of y'all's
Mm-hmm.
life? What's the milestones you guys
Right.
hit this year?
Give us some of your 2024 milestones. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's the question for this week. So, moving on to our next topic.
Do we want to go into
Um,
which one do we want to go into? Because they both generally about the same thing.
I mean, we can just talk about both of them at the same time, right?
Um,
I think we'll just like parlay one into the next.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
All right.
So I want to start with it was the Cybertruck that blew
Mm-hmm.
up in front of the goddamn Trump Tower. Um,
Yeah.
the man had a bunch of fuel canisters, mortar style fireworks, like the big ones that like go boom and then make like a huge ass explosion. Um, what else did that man have? He had just like a bunch of just extremely flammable and explosive things in a vehicle in that fucking Cybertruck, and
Mm-hmm.
pulled up to the Trump Tower and I guess like ignited it. And they're saying he ignited the fire and then shot himself when he was on fire. But like the whole
Mm-hmm.
vehicle itself in the video just looks like it just blows up instantaneously. So I'm just like, at one point,
Mm-hmm.
when do you shoot yourself in the head? Because it looked like the explosion itself would have been enough heat and smoke to just instantly just kill him. I feel like,
Or at least
like
like knock him out.
there's no way he's picking up a gun and shooting himself in the head while that explosion is going off. Like he's dead at that point. I'm
Maybe it was like
confused.
set to a timer, and he like drove up, popped himself in the head, and then like the detonator. I don't know, but all I know is
Yeah,
that it took the police quite some time to identify because that man
because
was
he was
burnt
so
to a
scorched.
crisp. He was crispified, child, unrecognizable.
Like
Oof, child,
he
burnt
also
toast.
also Trump supporter, conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
yes.
mean, that's honestly a given.
I just, if any conservatives want to watch and hit the dislike button, go ahead because people want to sit here and be like, the one time there's a trans this, a trans that, they'd be like, oh, it's because they're trans, and then try to write legislation and laws in effect to strip away our rights. Meanwhile, every single other school shooter is either
Mm-hmm.
white or a man. Like, And if they're not a man, they're white. Not like it's one or the other or both. Like
And all of them are right leaning, like very
conservative.
much conservative Republican
Like
Trump voters. You
how you
can like
conservative
see
but
it in
like
their
you kill
manifestos,
people?
child.
How you
Hmm.
conservative but you kill people? What?
Like that one, like that younger, the younger, I think it was like a girl. She was like a neo-Nazi, like femcel, like very much
Dummy. She
hated black
had
people, very much giving Nazi,
girl. She
very much.
had
She was talking about there shouldn't be black people in the world and they must be eradicated. And it's like, girl, like how are the children learning this at such a young age? Like, how are they being indoctrinated into such
with their
harmful rhetoric?
phones. All these fucking conservative
Mm-hmm.
podcasts.
Clock it.
Like it's so
The
easy to
ease
get
of
access to
access.
these fucking
Mm-hmm.
super super right wing fucking KKK the fucking whatever the fuck they're called like the what is it, the Proud Boys. Like it's just a plenty of openly racist, homophobic, transphobic groups that target minorities in the form of hate crimes and terrorist attacks on their life is from these people. But they
Mm-hmm.
just want to make us out to be the bad guy. I'm just like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the New Orleans attacker, I'm very like I don't really know. That one I feel like I know less of what happened, like the actual event itself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you want to talk about it?
The That's the one with the New Orleans. That's the one that had the niece that showed up on Hassan's stream.
Yeah.
Is that one? The only
Yes.
thing I know about that is that apparently he didn't really show too much, like any signs of being able to do such a thing. Blah 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 blah
Mm-hmm.
blah.
Like he was like stable
Um,
minded at the time, or it seemed like.
mm-hmm. But I think one correlation between the two of them is that both of them were military.
I heard
Both of
about that.
them, I think, conservative. Well, one of them definitely conservative. I don't know
Oh
about the New
yeah,
Orleans
the other
person.
dude, the other dude that did the one with the Trump Tower, like yeah,
Def-
he's yes,
Certainly,
100%
certainly.
yes.
Both of them divorced dads, I believe.
Oh
So, child, the male
well,
loneliness epidemic, child, that they claim is so
yeah,
strong.
yeah,
Do you think going on a rampage gonna get you a woman though?
shit,
Like, how that gonna solve your loneliness problem, child?
like it.
Make it make sense to me because it's not adding up. Two plus
It's
two is
not at
not equaling
all.
four in this case. Because what the fuck's going
Absolutely.
on?
Yup.
Oh,
Shoot.
but yeah.
Speaking on all that, I kind of want to go into Eugenia Cooney voting for Trump.
Uh, mm-hmm. You wrong for that. Ooh. And then let's get into the
So,
reason why.
so Eugenia Cooney. How the fuck? I just fucked up her name.
Explain who that is to
Eugenia.
people,
Okay, so Eugenia
for
Cooney,
those
if
who
you
don't
don't
know.
know who she is, you've been living under a rock. She's been on YouTube forever. Um, she basically is famous for like having an eating disorder. Not even trying to front. I'm not trying to be funny either. Um, she don't do nothing but not eat. And I'm so sorry that I'm laughing. It just sounds crazy, but I'm thinking about the reason why she voted for him, what she said, and it's just like it's throwing me off, especially. Okay, let me just continue. I'm gonna fill you
Mm-hmm.
guys in who don't know of her career. She don't eat. She went viral for it. Shane Dawson made a documentary about how she's fine, she's better, she's apparently gaining weight, and she's in some facility that deals with people with eating disorders, just to find out that it was just like a big cover up. And she's still not eating. She's just as skinny, if not skinnier, and looks like she's like still on her deathbed. Like, and it's very concerning. And she hangs out with Jeffree Star all the time. Jeffree gives her free makeup, and like he feels like a caretaker. It's kind of weird. They just do stuff all the time on live together on TikTok. The relationship is strange to me. The only reason I know is because I have Jeffree blocked, but Eugenia Cooney pops up in my feed, and I see Jeffree right there with her. Um, so all that happens. She Election comes around. She said she voted for Trump because of grocery prices. Mind you, I just told you she has an eating disorder. She don't eat.
Make it make the fuck sense. Cause what you mean grocery prices made you vote for
Bitch, you
Trump?
don't eat
Bitch, you don't
groceries.
eat. You don't buy. What groceries are you buying, honey? Girl, what groceries are you purchasing? You don't eat, girl. You skin and bones, girl.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up in
Oh,
any other country in the world. We have the most stupid fucking voters, and they make up any excuse to say, oh, I'm not going to vote for this person and vote for this person instead. I don't think she's qualified, but I do think he's qualified, even though he's a businessman and she's worked in law. She's worked in the actual government system. She's worked the federal law. This man is some separate fucking entity that has been scamming bitches for years.
that has multiple
Like,
failed businesses,
and then on top of that, he's hiring all these
multiple
people and putting
bankruptcies.
all of these people into high powers of position that have never had any type of fucking work in that background. He accounted somebody for like, I think it was like the IRS, like Treasury or whatever. This man is a like one of those what you call those people that be like doing the announcements at like an auction. They be like, 4 can I get another 50, 50, 50, and
Auctioneer.
he do that for a living. He has no math background, nothing in accounting. He's never worked at a
Oh,
bank before. He has no college education, so he doesn't have a bachelor's in anything, and he gonna run the IRS. Girl, bye. Bye. Throw it away.
an absolute shitstorm
So
is
if we want
about
to
to
talk about, oh,
commence.
I'm not gonna hire her
Oh,
because I don't think she's qualified. This man is more unqualified, and he's hiring even more unqualified people to run this shit. So if you think shit is fucked up now, it's gonna be even more fucked up in 4 years, and then it's gonna be even more fucked up 4 years after that because they're gonna have to clean up the fucking mess. So when the next president is a Democrat and the economy is still shit, it's because we're in recovery phase, ho. Remember that.
child, that's if America
It
isn't
bounces back, but I
completely.
don't, girl, I
That's
think we're
if
gonna go to the
America
depths of
makes a
hell.
turnaround.
We're going to the depths of hell,
That's
child.
very much if America decides to get its shit together and pull its head out of its ass and stop voting against
No,
its best interest. But I honestly don't see that
they won't.
happening, which is
They
why I want
won't.
to leave this
They're
goddamn
dumb.
country.
They won't. They're
Oh,
dumb.
because y'all make me sick. Y'all
They
always
won't.
just vote against what's best for you. Oh, but anyway. Uh,
Shit, what time we at? Shit. You
whew,
want to do closing?
we almost
What's
done.
giving?
Yeah, I'll start. So, what's giving for me is the pampering that I treated myself to the past 2 days. I got my hair done. I just got two strand twists. Made sure that she didn't fish hook my shit this time, so that once I take them out, it's just gonna be nice and curled, and then the ends, some of the
Right.
ends won't be, but it'll still give full.
Right, right, right.
And I threw it up into this pony, real cute, real demure.
Real
And
demure.
then today I got a pedicure and I got my eyebrows waxed. And yeah, been treating my skin real well every day, every morning. I'm looking
But yeah.
right. That's
Well,
what's
yeah.
giving.
Um, what's giving for me is I'm not gonna be super specific because I don't like to put my blood clot manifestations out like I want you guys to know that I'm manifesting stuff, but I don't want you to know exactly what it is. I feel like that's bad juju. I feel like you can directly like I guess black magic just put doubt upon whatever that specific thing is. You can just put doubt over the person, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't want it to be so specific in what it is. Um, but I have an opportunity that has to do with modeling. I'm not gonna go too specific, but uh, it's something that could get me on different continents and in different countries. So hopefully you guys might be seeing an international show very shortly. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But that's what's giving. More opportunity. Yes. Yes.
Period.
Hmm.
And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you guys on our next episode. Love you guys so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click all the buttons, share it with your friends. Play this whole video, tell your friends to do the same. Leave us on in the background
Hmm.
if you got to.
Well, yes.
Because, ciao, it helps us in the algorithm.
Yes.
At least I think.
It does.
But anyway,
1,000%.
anyways, yeah. We'll see y'all next week.
Love
We
you
gotta wait a whole week to see the
guys.
fams. You'll be okay
Yes.
though. We'll be back next week. I promise.
Hmm.
Okay.
Love you guys.
I'll see you next week. I'll see
Mwah.
you. Bye.